certainly growing up as a Jew, I always had some notion of what justice was about. And I've always felt that I can contribute to try and create more justice in the world.
My children really are not great supporters. They're more afraid of being against the politics or against what I'm doing. They're more afraid for me.
My husband thinks that I see only part of the picture, that I'm only one-sided. He doesn't know what happened to me. He thinks I've changed since he knew me.
We are going to the place that we can call a front line. Because we go there, no one can say you haven't seen, you haven't experienced. We tell only about things that we have personally seen.
Machsom Watch is an all-female Israeli organisation, founded in 2001 in response to repeated reports of human rights abuses towards Palestinians at Israeli army checkpoints within the West Bank.
Our strength is in our weakness. We come unguarded. We offer trust. We offer belief in people. We offer some kind of innocence. We want to bring it back into to these tormented areas.
This is Abu Dis, a gap in the segregation wall that divides Jerusalem in two. Soon even this small opening will be closed and entry into the holy city will be near impossible for these Palestinians.
So people are trying to get in for the Friday prayers, and the border police say that no one is allowed in unless they have a special permit to enter, and people are getting angry and frustrated.
For every 3 months, I'm professor from Mayo Clinic, and every month I'm just being on my knee to get this.
So our friend here just called a higher-ranking officer to make sure that the border police aren't just ignoring regulations.
This is Betiba, a busy checkpoint near Nablus that has thousands of workers, students and families waiting to be checked every day, though passage is never guaranteed. A Machsom Watch woman steps in and helps to negotiate the potentially volatile situation between a young soldier and a young Palestinian man. This Palestinian man and his friends have been pulled out of the queue to be checked by the soldiers. They are resisting being held up. Inevitably, tensions begin to rise between the young soldier and Palestinian.
We'll stay an hour or 2 hours and give him the identifier. Go.
An hour later, backup arrives.
The IDs of these people are in check, okay? When the check over,
Then they go home. And
if the check is okay, they will go. If not, they will stay here.
We represent for the soldiers some part of Israel they left behind when they crossed the border into the Palestinian territory. And we remind them that they were brought up to respect elder people. Our mere existence in the area as grown-up women has some effect, I think, on the soldiers, even though they will not admit it. When I come here, I'm also divided because I am an Israeli and I think of them as, as young people that could have been my sons. Very emotional, my feelings towards them. I want to shout at them and curse them, and I want, to hug them and and tell them, you know, it will be over soon.
This is Zatara, a busy vehicle checkpoint on a main thoroughfare in the heart of the West Bank. Edna has been coming to these checkpoints every week for over 4 years.
He's here from 10 past 6 and he said they told them to get undressed and show if they have no bombs under them. And they are seated here and they don't know why. The soldiers won't speak Arabic, they don't speak Hebrew. And now we try to see what happens. I see an officer here. בוקר טוב.
בוקר אור.
אולי אתה המפקד של המקום הזה?
נכון.
תראה, הביקורים האלה אומרים שהם פה. They say don't bother me. You can stand, you can watch, but don't bother me with my work.
9-9.
ولا كلكنين إنه في ناس على نفسهم.
Today they check my car, tomorrow they will check somebody else's car, but every day we stand hours and hours in the checkpoint.
Back at Betiba, the young Palestinian men have now been waiting over 4 hours, handcuffed and blindfolded, for their IDs to be checked and returned.
It's my mother. My mother.
Hello.
وين هذا هو خليها تحكي معي هسه بتحكي عمي. She's my mother.
احنا من المحسوم.
نعم. يا كاري نظيتنا هذه اختي مش امي يعني.
You see all these people and I don't know how long they have been waiting. It has suddenly been 1 hour or something like that. That's what's so ridiculous about the situation, because it's always working out like that. First they're waiting and then suddenly someone comes and say, okay.
The Machsom Watch woman's earlier phone call to a commander has paid off.
Well, it's part of the system that the Palestinians never know when they are going to go, if they are going to go. It's, you know, they have been living almost 15 years this way.
When we came here an hour ago, these people in this car were waiting here for 2 hours. Their IDs were taken away and they are being checked by the soldiers. And when they finished checking them, they returned them IDs, but they were not their IDs. The soldiers looked for their IDs, they did not find them, and eventually they came up to the solution that somebody else, they gave the IDs to somebody else. And now they are waiting until the other people will notice that they are going without their IDs and they will return. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow.
And they can't move without the IDs, you know. They have to show it every few meters. You know, here is a checkpoint, and there is a checkpoint, and there is a checkpoint, and there is a checkpoint. You know, it's unbelievable. So they are going with different IDs.
You know, مش كثير سكر. You know, يهود مش يشربوا كثير سكر.
كلنا بنشرب سكر.
No matter where you will go, you will find something to do.
Darkness has fallen, and the 3 Palestinian men are still waiting for their IDs to be checked and returned. Despite the late hour of the day, the ladies of Machsom Watch remain undeterred.
אז מה? את רצינית שאת אומרת עכשיו? תמונות כאלה, תראה לי אותם. בוא תראה לי אותם.
ג'יב טלפון. ואם אני מראה לך, אז מה את עושה?
אז מה?
אז את חוזרת בחור
מה אז מה?
Go away, we'll let them do. תשחרר אותם?
After 9 hours of waiting, they are finally released, with no explanation as to why they were detained for so long.
You know, bad things happened during the Holocaust and nobody went to interfere or to stop it or just to look. And I don't want to be in a situation that I know that's not far away. You saw it was half an hour drive from here. These things are happening, and the Palestinians are helpless there. I don't help them that much, but they know that somebody in Israel wants to help them, and he suffers with them, or see his suffering. That's why I go. But really, I hate to go there.